Plato said that the ultimate reality, the ultimate realities, I should say, plural, are ideas. The truth is ultimately formal, not material. That the ideas that we have in our minds of various things are a recall of ideas that actually exist in a spiritual realm, what we would call a supratemporal realm, a realm above and beyond this world of physical things that we perceive every day. Now let me see, in order to illustrate that, the use of my prop that I brought here today. I'm going to ask for some help from our audience here to see if we can learn something about Plato's theory of ideas. I have my friend Roger, my super student, who sits here in the front row, and Roger never ceases to amaze me with his prodigious grasp of these difficult and complex ideas. I'm not going to embarrass the adults by asking them questions that they'll stumble over. Instead, I will go to Roger because I know he'll be able to answer this question. The question I have for you, Roger, it's a very difficult question. You're going to have to think hard. I have this object in front of me. What is it? A chair. All right, Roger, thank you. You got it right on the button. He said, that's a chair. Now, here's the question. How do you know it's a chair? How do you know it's a chair, Roger? You just grew up learning that that was a chair, right? You never saw that chair before today. What do you mean you grew up learning that that was a chair? But you came in here, you never saw that chair before in your life. And yet as soon as I asked you what it was, what did you say? No hesitation. It's a chair. How did you recognize it as a chair? It has 4 legs. All right. But you know, horses have 4 legs, don't they, Roger? We're going to do this in the Socratic dialogue here. Horses have 4 legs, but you don't call them chairs, do you? All right, so there must be something else besides this having 4 legs that made you identify it as a chair. What else? You can sit on it, but of course you can't sit on a horse, can you, Roger? Huh? Do you have anything at home that's kind of long, has 3 sections to it, that has legs, 4 legs, and you can sit on it? Call it a sofa. But you know the difference between a sofa and a chair, don't you? Yes, sir. Well, we could pursue this a little bit further, because have you ever seen chairs that don't look exactly like this, Roger? Yes, sir. You've seen chairs that are upholstered and real comfortable, right? You've seen wooden chairs and soft chairs and hard chairs and all different kinds of chairs. In fact, every one of us has probably seen literally thousands of different kinds of chairs, right? Different shapes, different sizes, different material. And yet when we see these thousands of different particular objects, we can look at them, and in spite of the differences that are displayed among them, we still have this uncanny ability to put all of these particulars, all of these specific examples into the same category called chair. All right? And so Plato would scratch his head and say, well, how can we do that? How is it that we have this ability as thinking creatures to recognize all these vastly different objects by the same common universal term called a chair? Or I look out here in the audience and I see people. I see young people and old people, male people and female people, thin people and heavy people, don't I? Blue eyes and brown eyes. Every person in this room has their unique identification. And yet I can look at all of these particular examples of people and somehow extrapolate from these different individuals, a class that we call human beings or people or mankind.